What's up, guys? Welcome to the world's greatest sports betting show. I'm your host, John Heiss. I'm joined, as always, by my friend in the red shirt, the great Matt Modi. What's up, dude?
What's up, Slop? How we doing? Feeling good.
Living the dream, bro. I woke up today, and I'm
Feeling
now
dangerous?
47. Yep.
Oh, wow. Happy birthday.
Yep, today's the birthday. It's a big day, so I'm going to try and get everything done relatively early so I can just hang out and do nothing. That's going to be awesome. Eat dinner with the family, stuff like that. I think we're going to get Mexico, so today really could end up being a great day. And I'll be honest with you, though, man, looking at the NBA slate, I'm pretty sure it is going to be a great day.
There's some good games to target.
Exactly. I mean, it's I've been stuck in that first quarter hole for a while, but I crawled out of it a little bit today, and it's like, oh wow, there's some good stuff to we can actually get down, have a fourth quarter, because I kind of missed the fourth quarter sweats.
Yeah,
a lot of people forget that if you do first quarter bets, then your bet's over after the first quarter. It's not even the first quarter.
Yeah, if it wins, then that's the best feeling, because then you're like, I just get to chill for the rest of the night. But if you don't have one, then you're like, okay, that's cool because I got something to watch all night. So you can kind of spin zone it however way you want.
Yeah. No, it's definitely difficult when you realize that's it. Your guy goes and sits down, so the first quarter is not over, but he's not coming back in. And you're like, all right, that was fun.
Yeah,
but it is what it is. I'm gonna go both first quarter today. I'm gonna do an underdog slip, which I like to do. They're very fun. Underdog has given us a very good way to bet first quarters. The only problem is you got to parlay everything.
Yeah.
But whatever, it's fine. Anyways, before we get to anything we're doing today, let's look at yesterday. Yesterday, not great for me. It looks like you did well, though.
I did. It was a good day. Yeah.
I think I had 3 of those on there, and you can tell mine because they're all in red. But, I had Stephon Castle, who blew a layup on maybe his second to last possession of the game. I was like, all right, so he just missed a layup. That would have cashed. So I was like, all right, that sucks. I actually got to watch that too, which was fun. It's a great perk of having the NBA package because you get to watch your guy blow the layup. And you're like, oh, yeah, that was definitely not good. Tua 2+ touchdown passes. That stunk. I wanted that to hit so bad. I knew I was probably in trouble whenever the reverse to that receiver.
Yeah.
Take it to the house. I'm like, that sucks. We did not want that to happen. And then Jonnu Smith, over 3.5 receptions. He had 3.
Yeah.
And that was brutal watching that happen. So it is what it is. Sometimes you just got to move on, dude. I don't know. There's nothing really you can change about your strategy of finding those bets. You know what I mean? Every one of them, really had a way to win. Tua could have thrown a touchdown in the fourth quarter. Jonnu could have caught one more pass on 2 different drives. Stephon Castle could have hit a layup. You know what I mean? So it's it's very tilting, but at the same time, that's why it's called tilting, because you can literally just blow shit up by, you know what I'm saying, getting mad about losing bets like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not like your guy just didn't take a shot. You know what I mean? It's all right, so that was a bad read, or he didn't catch a pass, or anything like that. You were there, it just didn't happen.
Yeah.
But you were actually there though, because you had Champagny 12+ points, +150. Garland assist should have got home. I don't even know what happened there.
Yeah, that was tough. He had 2 early in the first quarter, and then nothing for the next quarter and a half. And at that point, I knew we were in trouble.
Yep. Alperen Sengun, you had 20+ at -110, but you also had 25, didn't you? Can you tell the people out of that?
Yeah, I did. 25+ at +300 also cashed. So it looks a little bit better than what you see on the screen. But yeah, that was nice.
Yeah, Tyreek Hill, 100+ yards. That never had a chance, but that was +220. So I mean,
he was only 80 yards away. He could.
He just needed that. He just got every reception except for the 80-yard touchdown.
Exactly.
That was what I was hoping he would get too from Tua, but he never got it. And then Cooper Kupp, 7+ receptions. That was a wild bet. Just going to be 7+. I see 7+ or something. God damn. +115. But that did get home, and that was a good call. Had the right game script for that. I didn't think we were getting that game script. I thought the Rams were going to try to get ahead and then do like they always do and run, or at least play more neutral, but they didn't. They couldn't. They really couldn't, because Miami.
Like,
Excuse me. Miami didn't. Miami played with a lead, and I just didn't see that coming.
the whole time, yeah. And the Rams are kind of cowards too. Some of those field goals, it's like, what are we doing here?
Yeah, the one late in the game, I was
It
like,
was
dude, to
tough.
make it 20-12, it was 29,
Yeah.
and then they kicked the foul. I was like, oh, okay, so you guys are absolute bitches. But at the same time, it did make it a one-score game.
But yeah,
And
I mean,
I'm
it
pretty
did.
sure that's what we're trying to do. So, but at the same time, like, because if they don't get that touchdown, then you need the ball twice again. So I can see both sides of that argument for that one. But yeah, it is what it is. We move on to an all NBA day. And I'll be honest with you, man, like I'm kind of like borderline excited. We got 7 o'clock games back, which is huge.
Finally, yeah.
I wanted to celebrate by betting one of them, which I did. So that hats off to me for that. But yeah, how about let's go Charlotte, Orlando. That's in Orlando. Trying to think, they're missing guys, so this might be a late game to target just because we might get news on something on the Orlando
Yeah.
side. But excuse me. Anything you see for right now?
No, I didn't bet anything in this one. I really don't like the Magic. I don't know what to do with, because I feel like it can be a Franz game, but it's got to be a very specific matchup where, like against the Pacers, that's a Franz game. I don't know if like the Hornets are that type of matchup. Like it could be Goga, but no, I mean I didn't bet anything. I'm kind of just talking where like I was looking, but I didn't bet anything.
Yeah, Charlotte's actually, excuse me, second in the NBA in defensive efficiency in the last 3 games. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Because I don't think of them as like a good defensive team, but apparently they are. And then Orlando is 4th best. So this should be a D game. I would say, let me go over the first quarter points. I like Bataze. I call him Goga, but
Yeah.
because we're on first name basis. But 2.5 is -113 now. We're not getting the plus money on that anymore, and that definitely sucks. And I don't have a book that allows us to go up 1 point.
Yeah.
Which is another thing that sucks. I would love to have that. So I did throw him in my underdog slip because underdog allows you to move the line 1 point if you wanted to. So he is in there. He's safely in there. I think he scores 4 points in the first quarter. I think he's going to get 2 dunks. He's going to get a tip in, get a roll to the basket, like something like that. You know what I mean? But, dude, it's 4 points. He plays quite a bit. If you look, I think it's like 7 or 8 minutes. He doesn't come out first. So that's huge. But, yeah, I think that's the best look of that game. If you wanted to lay -113, that's not the dumbest thing in the world. But, yeah, I am tired, dude. I went to bed so late last night. It wasn't even funny, but I wasn't even like drinking or doing anything. I was just like hanging out watching TV.
It's one of those nights.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm definitely tired. Jalen Suggs, I thought about at the 3.5, but like I said, that's just, I mean, you're hoping and praying. I mean, he's a turnover machine right now. That's tough. And then Cade Cunningham is another one. That's the next game. Sorry, we'll go to Minnesota or Miami and Detroit. My bad. And Cade Cunningham in the first quarter, if you look at the screen, this is the screen at Odds Jam. They've got Cade at FanDuel 5.5 +102, whereas Caesars and ESPN Bet is at 4.5 for like -131, -125. Cade at home against Miami. I don't know. Like I think 6 is in play. It's just he comes out kind of early in the first quarter. What do you think about that?
Yeah, Cade, I never know if it's an assist or a points game for him. I feel like I've gotten that wrong every time. Like when I think it's a points, he ends up doing assists. When I think it's assists, he ends up scoring points. I don't hate the 6+, but yeah, I admittedly don't know his minutes in the first quarter. I didn't look at him for this one. I looked at Jalen Duren rebounds. I was able to get it at 9.5. I'm pretty sure that's no longer available, which is at least nice that I got a good price. But if you can get the over 10.5 for plus money, I think that's still pretty good. Looks like Duren, 9.5, you're paying way too much juice. Over 10.5 is +105 at ESPN Bet and DraftKings. That's where I would go. It's his first game back from an injury, but he only missed like 6 days. Small ankle sprain. I think he should be fine. The Heat give up the most rebounds to centers in the entire NBA. They give up, they're the third best matchup for center rebound props, just looking at props.cash. And like you look at starting centers against them, they all smoke this number. I mean, Rudy Gobert, 13 rebounds, over under 11.5. Jokic, 11 rebounds. He's the only one on this list that did not hit his rebound prop over, but he still got 11. Nurkic, 18 rebounds. Sabonis, 16. Karl Anthony Towns, 13. And this exact matchup, Duran got 11 rebounds. And backup Pistons center Isaiah Stewart got 15. So like you just even that out a little bit more, he's clearing 10.5 by a wide margin. In last game, he cleared this like before the injury. He had 14 rebounds in less than 24 minutes. So like he could do that in limited playing time. As long as he gets to like the high 20s number, he should get the 11 rebounds that we need. So that's where I looked at in this one.
Okay, I actually like that look. I hate rebounds, but I mean, what are you gonna do? That is a good matchup. The only thing I get concerned about when I see those numbers, and I want to get your take on that, is like what happens when like you look and it's all like a who's who of who's the centers in the NBA right now. Does that make sense? Like, I guess that would probably matter more for points than rebounds.
Yeah, that's what I did not want to do double because like the problem with him is like sometimes like a lot of times when you're betting a double, it's like the points are essentially a guarantee and then you're just really betting on the rebounds, but sometimes you get better odds. In this case, like his point prop is 9.5, his rebounds was 9.5. Like I didn't really want to mess with the double. Rebounds, I kind of feel like you could have I don't know. It goes back and forth. I feel like rebounds are less like they're less dependent on is this guy going to hit shots or is this guy passing going to hit shots? It's just like if the rebound's there, he's going to get it. Obviously, it's dependent on the other team and how they hit shots, but it's team wide as opposed to player wide. So I generally feel safer with rebound props, but I really only look at like specific matchups. It's like Heat center rebound props because I don't know what it is because they give up a ton of rebounds to centers though, and it's been that case all year.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I'm more speaking to the like when you start naming the names on that list. It was like Joker, Cat, Gobert, like all these like beat Nurk. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're kind of like, oh shit, is that a function of these guys being like, you know what I'm saying? Like they're just really good rebounders, but it's rebounders. It's not. I think points is probably where that one I would get more concerned than rebounds because rebounds the ball a lot of times just bounce to you.
Yeah, exactly.
You know
and
what I mean?
And Duran, like I said, had 11 against the Heat. In that same game, Isaiah Stewart had 15. So they just I don't know if it's because like the center just guards Bam, so they're always close to the basket because Bam's not stretching you out. So like that's just kind of
that's probably what it is. Like that's more of it's a function of something like that other than anything else.
Yeah.
All right, I went with Tyler Hero, 24 plus points, so it's boosted it up 1 point. Hindsight, probably should have went 25 plus at FanDuel, but I did not do that. I went 23.5, over 23.5 at ESPN. 1 unit, even money. I think he gets that. He's done this in each of his last 4 games. 2 of those games were against Sacramento and Minnesota. Both of those teams are very good defensively. Like Minnesota's 3rd best in the last 3 games. Sacramento, I think it's like 10th or 11th. Detroit is up there. So Detroit does play defense. But Tyler Hero just is, I don't know. He's one of those guys that I think they're going to lean on tonight because I think Detroit's going to give the Heat a game. I think it's going to be a decent game. So I think we're going to end up with a 4th quarter where, if we don't have it yet, he will get us home just by being him. But it's no Jimmy Butler, right? That's the one that's missing in that game.
I believe that's right. Yeah, which does help a guy like Hero.
Yeah, there's another shot his way. I mean, Rozier obviously, Bam obviously, but I don't love betting Bam points. I think it's Hero. I'm pretty sure it's Hero in that game.
Yeah, last year with no Jimmy Butler, the pivot was Jaquez, but that they're playing Jovic a little bit more than they did last year. So I don't know if that's still the case. Like I want a little bit more data before I immediately go back to the thing last year where it was like no Jimmy Butler. it's like Hawk has points and rebounds is where you go.
Yeah.
But I'm not playing that this year because I want to make sure that that's still the case. Because the Heat are another one of those rotation teams where, like, I mean, Duncan Robinson was on a milk carton for like 3 straight years, and then all of a sudden is like a core rotation player. So you just never really know what they're doing.
Literally never.
Yeah, it's like the Spurs. More so Pop, but yeah.
Yeah, no, that Spurs are always tough.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll go Atlanta, Boston. I had a hard time with this one because there's no Trae Young. But
no Trae Young.
Atlanta's also on the road. So it's tough to be like, all right, well, let's just grab one of their players because it is against like one of the best teams in the NBA.
Yeah. So my official bet on this one, you're not going to like because it's an under. So maybe I won't even mention it. But like, there's no way Clint Capella is getting 20 points plus rebounds. That's what I took. I took under 19.5. With no Trae Young, he's not scoring. Against the Celtics, he's going to get played off the floor because they're just going to stretch him out. That's just a crazy price. Anyways, if Tatum gets ruled out, right now he's questionable. I think they're going to sit him because they're playing again tomorrow. And like no Trae Young, like what's the risk of playing Tatum against this Hawks team? That's a mess. I would want to take like a Jaylen Brown or Derek White first quarter points. You could, if you wanted to be frisky, you could lock that in now in preparation that Tatum misses because you're getting Jaylen Brown over 5.5 at plus 104 or Derek White over 3.5 at minus 104, which is a crazy price. So like that could at least the White one could hit in this matchup even with Tatum in, and then if he's out, the number's going to go up to like 5.5. So that could be a sneaky way to pre-bet an injury, the Derek White first quarter points. But I didn't actually bet that yet. I might do it. I'm kind of talking myself into it, but that's kind of where I'm leaning in this one.
All right. So do we have minutes for when Tatum is out? Has he missed yet this season?
He's not missed a game yet this season.
Fuck. What about last year? What did they do?
That I don't know. I didn't look into last year. I mean, the problem is their rotations are different from last year. Like last year, Tatum would get taken out like between like the 6 and 8 minutes into the first quarter. So I guess 6 and 4 minutes left, or maybe like 4 and 2. I forget the exact numbers.
And then this year
they flipped that. Now Tatum plays the whole first quarter, and Brown gets taken out at like the 6 to 8 minute mark. So I don't know. We can see.
I'm trying to find late last year if like I got one game he missed against the Blazers in April, but who played? Jaylen Brown did play.
Let's see. Last year,
Dingus was in. All right, let me get play-by-play from this one.
Last year, Tatum averaged 9.4 minutes in the first quarter.
Yeah, you can't really look at those. You got to go game by game.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because like that's going to include games where Brown was out or I say so. Like you got to go to the individual and just be like, all right, so when this is a game where he missed. When did Brown come out? When did White come out? You know what I'm saying? Like, but I don't know that. And
so last year,
it doesn't say when people got taken out. I think Brown played the whole first quarter of this game. Oh, my bad.
So last year,
go ahead.
If this is right, last year Brown played 6 games without. I added Porzingis. If we just take him out, he played I don't know. He averaged over almost 11 minutes per first quarter without Jason Tatum. I guess this was the last 2 years. So last year alone, he played 12 minutes in every game except for one in the first quarter, and he averaged like 10 points a game, 10 points per first quarter, I should say. So it could be Brown. I guess it's Brown or White, or honestly, or you could just take both.
Yeah, I was just gonna say. I mean, it sounds so dumb to say that, but both.
You could be both. I just wish you were getting Brown for plus money. Like if you're getting both for plus money, I say hit it because then if one hits, you're guaranteed to make money. But if it's tough.
Does he come back doesn't he come back at the end of the quarter?
White or Brown?
Brown.
That I'm not. I mean, in the games that Tatum missed, he played all 12, except for one game when he played 9.4.
All right. So yeah, so I mean he came back in, so he's been, I mean, I don't know. I would almost say you take Brown, but then you got to figure out who is Dyson Daniels going to be on. Because that's kind of a problem.
Probably Brown.
Yeah, if Tatum's not there, right?
Yeah, and I guess like with Trae Young in the lineup, you just run whoever's guarding Trae Young or whoever Trae Young's guarding in a pick and roll. That's why like Derek White went off last time they played the Hawks, because like you just run Trae Young in a pick and roll and he dies, and then that's that. But with no Trae Young, maybe their defense is a little better. Yeah, but that's a fair point.
I think it's Derek White, dude.
Could be White.
Could be Derek White. It should be Derek White just because. I mean, I love the 3.5. That's my favorite, like favorite. You know what I mean?
It's
like,
just 2 buckets.
Yeah, just give me 2 buckets. Is he a home rims guy? I'm finding that out now. He is an all rims guy.
Oh yeah.
So it doesn't matter. Yeah, I mean he's literally the same no matter where he plays. All right, so that might be a look. We'll put that down. I'm probably gonna bet that.
The Derek White.
Yeah, I mean that just feels right. I mean it's 4 points in the first quarter of. I mean it's not. Yeah. And it's a game where I think they could drop 40 in the first quarter.
They could just blow them out right from the jump. Yeah.
The only big issue is the minutes in the first quarter just suck for him. And he might not shoot the ball. Like there is that chance too.
Yeah. See, that's why the dance we play is if Tatum misses, that 3.5 is going to quickly become 5.5.
Yep.
And he could also do it with he could score 2 buckets with Tatum in the lineup.
Yeah.
Good matchup against the Hawks.
Exactly.
So yeah.
That's why you just take it and say, hey, this is what it is. You know what I mean? It's 2 buckets. But I mean, he only plays literally comes out at like the 5-minute mark is what I'm seeing here.
Yeah.
6 minutes. So he'll play 6 minutes. So he's got 6 minutes to hit 2 buckets.
Yeah. And if like
always.
Yeah.
Tough. Actually, he comes back in.
At the end of the first quarter?
Yep, he comes back in. He gets 2 more minutes.
So 8?
It looks like it, yeah.
It's not bad.
No. All right. Yeah, I can stomach White, especially even in this matchup. I don't even care. Like when you look down at all those starters, like all the guys, like it doesn't matter.
This could also just be a Peyton Pritchard game.
Yep. Well, then that's what you wait for later on. Like right now, I think you're looking for first quarter points early in the day and then points.
Yeah, because Pritchard will play mostly in a blowout, and they don't even have odds out for him yet, probably because they're waiting on Tatum.
Yeah, yep, and then Pritchard will come in. All right.
Yeah.
All right, so Derek White over 3.5 points. I think we all agree we can bet our houses responsibly on that.
Responsibly correct.
All right, let's go next. Actually, give me one more second. I'm going to see. This doesn't matter. Derek White against Atlanta last year does not matter at all because they didn't have Dyson Daniels. And
they had DeJounte Murray, yeah.
Yeah. So none of that's even going to play. I like the pace-up spot, though. I believe it is a pace-up spot, and it's a defense optional game.
Yeah, definitely.
Atlanta's 27th in the NBA. Bless me. On in defensive efficiency. So I mean that's pretty bad on the road. I'm sure it doesn't get any better. Yeah, they're very low, 1.16. And then in pace, I bet you they're 4th fastest in the NBA. I think that's Derek White.
I like it.
Oh, yeah, we just found one. That's how you find it. Okay, so we'll go to the Knicks and the 76ers. You just taking Brunson and calling it a day?
Brunson or Embiid first quarter points. I want no part of Embiid full game because he might only play 24 minutes and he might be gassed. But the first quarter is always when Embiid plays well. In 6.5, like you'll never ever see 6.5. And if he plays 8 minutes, it's probably scoring 7 points. He also loves playing against Karl Anthony Towns. another way of phrasing that is he hates Karl Anthony Towns. So there could be that. Brunson, I bet Brunson twice, and he hasn't even come close in either game. I feel like the scoring's a little bit different with him with Karl Anthony Towns that I haven't quite gotten a hold of. He did just play well last game, but that was against the Pacers. I kind of would rather go with your boy Deuce McBride. Not necessarily for first quarter. He's a full
I'll say
game
needs
point.
2 points, bro.
Yeah, he's a full game. But I didn't actually bet this game because I'd rather in my opinion, there's better value on the board than Embiid's first game back. With first game with Paul George, no Maxey. Embiid first quarter points, 6.5 or plus money is solid. But I didn't bet anything.
Yeah, I got nothing. The McCain kid.
Yeah, he's a stud.
Jared McCain, maybe we'll see what his number comes out at later. But yeah, even McBride at 10.5, I don't know if I can't see it.
You'd rather get him 9.5 than
yeah.
Go
Toronto and Milwaukee. Anything there?
There's a couple guys I was looking. I like Giannis points, 0 chance. I mean, 32.5 is just a no way, even without Damian Lillard. I wanted like quickly 20 plus is definitely in play because it's a good matchup against the Bucks that allow a lot of pull-ups. But the best player in this matchup from their scoring profile is Dick. I want to see some Dick, and they don't have odds for him yet. So
yeah,
I didn't bother betting it without Dick.
All right. Well, I like that. Who couldn't see a little Dick? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But I don't know. I think quickly 20 plus is definitely a look.
100%.
I want to wait to find out. I mean, I don't know what we're waiting on. I think we're waiting on Emmanuel Quickly.
Yeah, because he's played the last 2 games, so maybe they hold him out.
No, he busted something up.
Well, he got hurt the first game of the year, and then he just recently returned. He's played the last 2 games.
No, I'm saying he's questionable to play tonight.
Yeah. So I'm saying like he's back, but maybe they're holding him out. Yeah.
Elbow. Iffy for Tuesday. Sprained his elbow and in jeopardy of missing his 9th game of the season. Missed. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
I didn't realize he got hurt again. I thought it was just the same injury. Okay.
Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. Like it's not.
Yeah. Okay.
Like
I see.
It's not an old thing. It's more of like he got hurt again.
Yeah.
So
if Quickly's out, then I'm taking the Dick hard.
Nice. Yeah. You want to jump right on a Dick. So
yeah.
Yeah, I could probably move on from this game. I got nothing else other than Dick jokes, which I could just keep doing all day.
Yeah.
But I feel like we could probably move on. Like I said, it's a lot of uncertainty. Toronto, if I remember right, is a great center matchup, but the problem is we don't have a normal center. We have Brook Lopez.
Yeah.
So it makes everything a lot different with that game.
Yeah.
Phoenix and Utah.
Yeah, so Devin Booker assists. I understand a lot of people. It's a high number, and his potential assist number isn't that high. Like he's been converting a lot of his potential assists, which makes me nervous.
24 last game, but I get what you're saying.
But yeah, 24 last game. The game before that, he's like in the low teens.
Yeah,
and they were asking him to get to 9 assists.
Yeah, that's a lot.
It's a lot. I also on the Suns side. Like the way you target them is pull up 3-point shooters, which is Keontae George or Jordan Clarkson. Jordan Clarkson doesn't have odds out yet. I don't know. I didn't look into the injury to see why not. If it was just like a bench guy that they're waiting on.
It's George is hurt.
Yeah. So if George is out, then it's definitely going to be Jordan Clarkson.
Okay. I can see that. I got Nurk in the first quarter. I don't even know if he's going to play, but did it 3.5 at underdog.
Okay.
Which was I think he gets 4 points. The Jazz, you can just abuse them, and no Durant. That didn't really help him last game, but he did take 4 shots in that game. He only played a few minutes, so it's tough to take his points over because you never know how they're going to deploy him at all.
Mm-hmm.
Last game, he played 15 minutes. He did not have any fouls, and he didn't score. But he took 4 shots. 3 of them were for 3. So I don't know. I just feel like he's a move against the Jazz, but he does have a hurt ankle. I mean, the game before that, he went 15, he went 20 against Miami, and he went 15 against Philly. So the
Yeah.
guy's out there just battling, you know. So I don't know. So I threw him in that underdog slip, though. Like I said, 4 points in the first quarter. He might not play. That's the only problem. What else? I mean, Beal is a good look too, but I just don't know exactly how to infiltrate him.
Yeah, I don't love the like 21.5 because you're either taking that for minus money or you're taking 25 plus, which is a little bit higher than you'd like. So yeah, I mean the Devin Booker assist thing, like when I woke up, it was plus 105 and I decided to hold off. I wish I had bet that because right now you're getting minus 115 everywhere. So like the books are like the money is going towards the Devin Booker over assists. At that point, maybe just take 10 plus, do little double action. Because it is like the point guard assist is a good matchup against the Jazz. And you assume with no like Devin Booker's going to run, or maybe a Tyus Jones assist. But yeah.
Very difficult.
Yeah.
Kind of like Laurie too, but I'll wait on him. All right, the last two games I don't have a lot on, but I'd love to hear what you have on Dallas and Golden State.
Yeah, you're going to hate it, but I took Klay Thompson 4+ made 3-pointers. I'd much rather go 3-pointers for him than points. So I like the fact that he hit 4 in the first 3 games of the year. He's only done it in 1 of 7 games since. So I got 3.5 at plus 140 at FanDuel. I think you probably could still get that because technically that's an alt line. So if you were to go instead of the screen with the actual game, you might be able to still get the plus 140. But I love finding high volume shooters that are coming off of like multiple bad games in a row. Cause like last 2 games, 1 of 13 from 3. He hasn't made 4. Like I said, he's only done it in 1 of his last 7 games, but he's still shooting. That's the most important thing. Yep. And the Warriors, like the way they play defense, they don't allow anything from like a pull-up 3-point opportunity. They allow the 3rd fewest pull-up 3-pointers. That's not a Luka game, not a Kyrie game from that perspective, but they allow the 3rd most catch and shoot 3-point attempts. So 3rd fewest pull-up, 3rd most catch and shoot. Klay Thompson takes the 2nd most catch and shoot 3-pointers in the NBA. He makes the 3rd most. And the Warriors also allow the 3rd most points to spot up shooters, which is kind of like directly correlated to catch and shoot. And I don't put a ton of emphasis on this, but it helps my argument. So I'll make it is he's going back to Golden State. Like he's going to want to put on the show. If that helps him make 1 more 3-pointer than he normally would, then that's sometimes what we need to get to 3 to 4. So plus 140. I know you're not going to like it, but that's where I went.
No, that's not a bad look at all. I actually might tail that. I need something at 10. And like, I mean, it's like you said, I do believe in Narrative Street a lot. Like when it comes to early season basketball.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Especially Klay. Like he felt like he was done dirty by them.
Yeah. I mean, I think I saw, didn't in the beginning of the year, Steph Curry had a behind the back pass to nobody. And it was to, I don't even know if it was a tribute to Klay Thompson, but it was that. It was like he was saying like he would have been there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He meant to do it on purpose. Did you see that?
I actually did not see that.
Look it up because you don't realize what he did until you see the mashup where they had a bunch of those, but Klay Thompson caught all of them and shot the ball. And then it was hilarious. Just like, oh my God, that's what that was. That wasn't a mess up. Like he did that on purpose as a tribute. And the people who watched Golden State basketball got it while everyone else was like, what the hell was that? So it was actually pretty cool.
Steph behind the back pass to no one.
Try Steph Klay.
We'll look it up after. I'll look it up after.
It's on YouTube. Steph tribute to Klay Thompson.
Oh, okay, that's not what I was looking.
Nope, that was not it. Yeah, I mean it's an emotional return, dude.
Yeah, he's gonna want to hit 4 3-pointers.
I mean, I don't see why would you not, dude.
Exactly. They did him dirty.
All right, so yeah, I can get behind that. And then finally, Minnesota, Portland. Anything there?
Yeah, Anthony Edwards, first quarter points. It's a high number. I get it. I got 8.5 for plus 100. That's still available at both Bet365 and Hard Rock. If not, you're paying minus 106 at FanDuel. But he plays all 12 minutes. He's done that in 7 straight games, playing all 12 minutes. In the games in which he's played all 12 minutes, he's scored at least 9 points in 4 of 8 games. So only half. But 2 games he went under. He scored exactly 8. That would suck if that happens. We're 1 point away. Another game, he scored 7. So again, 1 bucket away there. And the one time in which he scored 6 or fewer was last game against the Heat. He scored exactly 6 points in the first quarter. Way, way tougher matchup against the Heat than against the Blazers. And he shot 2 of 9 from the field. He shot 8 of 24 in that game overall. So it's just an off game overall for him. But he averages 7 field goal attempts per quarter. He averages over 4 3-point attempts in the first quarter. So like if you're telling me he's going to put up between 7 and 8 shots and 4 and 5 3-pointers, I'll gladly take for him to get 9 points. And this is a Portland team that he just went off against. He cashed this in the first quarter against them last game. He scored 37 points in that game. And the Blazers allow a ton of 3-pointers. Anthony Edwards is shooting a ton of 3-pointers. The Blazers allow a ton of points to shooting guards specifically. Second best matchup according to props.cash. 5th most points to shooting guards, which I get like the position thing could be a little bit nebulous. So you don't really know how much the stock to put into.
Yeah,
that.
I only go position. I only go center or point guard.
Yeah, that's fair. But this helped my point, so I made it.
No, I'm with you. I was more commenting on the fact, like what you just said. It's nebulous with the position. You're right, it is. And then, but you can kind of rely on, what do you call it? Point guard and center, because those are pretty those are good.
Yeah.
They're not. It's not murky at all. It's like that's the point guard and that's the center. You know what I mean? Everybody else.
Yeah, exactly.
What position is that guy? Like I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. But like the Heat lost, or the Timberwolves lost the last game to the Heat. He shot 8 of 24, 2 of 9 in the first quarter. You figure he's going to want to come out in a plus matchup, come out hot. So 9 points.
Tournament game.
That's true. It is an in-season tournament game as well, and we know how much he cares about those.
Yeah, I mean, you got to think maybe that's the type of team that does. But although they're only 6-4, like they're not.
Yeah, no, they're not terrible by any means.
Yeah. All right. I had 10 plus at plus 119 at Caesars.
For Edwards?
Yeah. I don't love the alt lines in the first quarter just because you are threading the needle already.
Yeah.
Because of the minutes restriction. But at the same time, whenever the higher number, I think the easier it makes it to go one more point.
That's true. I mean, going from 3 to 4 is okay because it's just 2 buckets. 4 to 5.
3 to 5 is where I don't like to do. That's so funny you said that, because that's the first thing I was just thinking. It was like DeAndre Ayton at the same book is 5 plus, not 3.5. So 3.5 I do like for DeAndre Ayton, but that's minus 184. So you really can't do that.
Yeah.
So 5 plus 120. I'm like, yeah, no.
Absolutely not. Yeah.
No. Even though he shoots threes. Did you know that?
Everybody's shooting threes now.
Yeah, that's wild.
Even Andre Drummond shooting threes.
Yeah, that just doesn't make sense, but whatever.
Yeah.
More power to you, big dog.
Do what you got to do.
Yeah, so I'm saying 10 plus for Edwards. I think he can do that. It's like you said, I mean, the guy's just out there just shooting
a ton.
Nuts, dude. So
yeah,
there is that. But all right, man, that's gonna do it. What else do we got? I think that's it for the night. Tyler Hero, 24 plus points, even money. Jalen Duren over 10.5 rebounds, plus 105. Clint Capella under 19.5 points plus rebounds, minus 120. Derek White, 4 plus first quarter points, minus 104. Klay Thompson, 4 plus 3-pointers, plus 140. Anthony Edwards, over 8.5 first quarter points, minus 106. And Anthony Edwards, 10 plus first quarter points, plus 119. That ain't bad, man. I think we just that's a really good card. That looks undefeated.
It really does.
When you look at it.
7 plays. Looks pretty good.
It's just a little 7-leg. Imagine hitting a 7-leg parlay just for no reason.
Just because it's Tuesday.
Yeah, I feel like we should. I mean, it's the tournament, in-season tournament, dude. It's a big deal.
True.
Everyone knows. Everyone knows that.
Everyone, yeah. Yep.
Everyone's into that. Well, all right, man. That was awesome. if you want to follow Matt Modi, he would like to have you at Twitter at Jedi Modi. So go check him out there. Also, YouTube, his channel is also at Jedi Modi. My name's Slop Rules. I'm at Slop Rules on Twitter, at Slop Rules here on YouTube. Hit subscribe. Help us out. Boost those numbers up. Maybe even throw a like on here just for nothing. You know what I mean? Just because you liked it. And we'll see you later on today. I'm going to come back later at 4, do a live stream using the tools at OddsJam. I'm also going to be on the Dub Club channel today. So check that out at 1 o'clock. Can't wait to do that. And that'll be it. Have a great day, guys. Good luck.